Wow. In my first probably 7 years about since I've been doing YouTube, this might honestly be the first video that literally doesn't even need a title. And the reason for that is literally because I'm going to be talking about the same crap again. But before I get into that, I just want to get into the fact that I remember like a good while ago, probably around COVID, I remember when the GTA 6 leaks were like, and I'm talking before the fucking 2022 leaks by that Tipo Tuber hacker guy that was a part of Lapsus, that hacker group. I'm talking like before then. But I remember when people would literally pass off this game right here, Watch Dogs 2. People would pass off Watch Dogs 2 as supposed GTA 6 footage. And I remember seeing that too. Like, I remember I used to watch, like, ragdoll footage videos back during, like, COVID and before. And this one guy I watched, he had, like, ragdolls from, I think, like, the very first GTA up until GTA 6, which was literally just Watch Dogs 2 footage. And, you know, it's just crazy how so long ago that was. And, you know, today, I want to talk more about the GTA 6 leaks. And to the hacker, bro, you have literally made me come back to YouTube again because you've literally made me want to talk about the leaks. I highly doubt you're going to see this video, but if you do, you have literally made me come back to YouTube after I basically was saying I was probably going to slow down a lot on content because there wasn't anything to talk about, but you gave me something to talk about. And I'm going to keep talking about these leaks until either one, you stop them, I don't know. Which, by the way, for anyone wondering, I don't support the leaks in any way, especially in like the dev side. Because imagine, now mind you, I got this from a Wikipedia source, so I'll actually link it and, you know, show like the picture. But according to Wikipedia, GTA 6 has had preliminary work started in 2014, but active development didn't start until 2018, according to Wikipedia. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, Wikipedia is not like a reliable source and all that, but, you know, when it comes to Wikipedia, usually if something's wrong, it'll usually get fixed up like relatively quickly. So, you know, in some ways it can be reliable, especially if they fix it up quick. But, you know, I just remember like, okay, I literally had to pause the video for a minute because I literally deadass forgot what the fuck I was going to say. But now I remembered. But imagine like 10 years, you know, being spent just working on GTA 6. Only for some hacker to literally just come out and just leak a whole bunch of shit. Mind you, this is like the third day. It is August 20th. 7 days left until the extended look comes out on Netflix. And like I said in the last video, I'm going to say it again. Rockstar's corporate greed is basically what caused this. Now, I feel bad for the devs because they've been working on this game for so long and it's getting leaked. I honestly feel bad for the devs. But for the higher-ups, dude, honestly, fuck the higher-ups because they're some of the most greedy fucking bastards, like, in a corporation. I'm not saying, like, they're the most greedy in the world. This is probably greedier. But in this instance, they're, like, really greedy and shit, and they'll do anything to get money. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, you know, developers got to make money in some way, but at the same time, you also got to have principles and actually, like, listen to some people that, you know what the fuck they're talking about. But in this case, their corporate greed, Rockstar signing the deal with Netflix, basically in the end just fucked them over. Because now you have this guy that for 3 straight days now, August 20th, so 3 days basically, has just been leaking straight up shit. And, you know, basically, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, if you haven't seen it, basically, I saw a couple of the leaks. One of them being where Jason is flying a crop duster plane over Vice City. And I gotta say, this must be a more recent build of the game. Now, don't take what I say as fact, because I don't know shit. But, you know, if I had to guess, the leak is probably from at least maybe this year, or like no, not this year, sorry. Has to be at least somewhere 2025-ish, maybe 2024. But I feel like it's more 2025 because the game's graphics look very like scaled high. and the game does look really good. And we also got some like radio station footage, so we saw some of the radio stations in the game. You know, there was also another leak that I just saw where Jason's basically on a jet. I don't know if this is like new from like today, but I saw it today, so I'm just going to lump it in with this. But there was another clip I saw where Jason was driving a jet ski. He falls off the jet ski and is swimming, and the video just ends. I saw these on Instagram, so I don't know if that's like the full video. Then there was also another clip where Jason's basically driving like a Mustang or like a Hellcat-like-ish kind of car, sports car, make it simpler. But basically a sports car down the road, and he goes and steals like a big rig truck and basically just drives it and shit. And, you know, those are just like some leaks that I saw today. And what I find kind of crazy, dude, is, you know, I would think Rockstar would at least make some sort of response. Now, they can't necessarily post a trailer now because they're under a fucking deal with Netflix. And, you know, if they post a trailer early, they would be in violation of the contract, and they would most likely be getting sued by Netflix because, you know, Netflix would be looking at it like, hey, you guys were supposed to protect this. And, you know, literally right now, it's not getting protected in the slightest because everybody's just leaking shit. And who knows? They might fucking have the whole fucking extended look and could possibly post that shit like a day early. Who knows? Unless the hackers just happen to get fucking caught. But, like, this whole hacking situation has been crazy. And I was just watching a video, too, by Optimus. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily a true thing, what he's saying. But apparently, that whole... Oh, this is another thing, too. I forgot if I mentioned... I don't know if I mentioned it. But Jason... There was another clip where basically the player, you know, as Jason... is basically shooting bullets into a wall that type out leak. Now, basically, Optimus, in his most recent video he dropped today talking about the leaks, he was basically saying that apparently there's another hacker that's supposedly coming out and saying that they have, like, footage from an Xbox, like, dev kit build version of GTA 6, and they supposedly have files and screenshots and whatever the hell with it that they're planning on releasing. And if that's true, like, let's just be honest, man, this is probably like the most craziest leak, like, probably of all time. I don't think I've ever seen a game get leaked like this bad. Obviously, you have games that get leaked, but the fact that it's been happening for like 3 straight days, and I just be going on Instagram, man, and I just be hearing more and more just about these leaks. Like, it's so crazy. And to the hackers, man, y'all literally brought me back on YouTube just to talk about it, bro. Because I haven't even really made much content besides the GTA 6 leaks. And obviously, as a big fan of GTA, you know, I'm obviously going to want to talk about it. Because GTA is like my favorite series of all time. So, of course, I'm going to talk about the leaks as long as they're true. But obviously, these are true because Rockstar's been taking them down. And that's all Rockstar can do. But what I don't get is why Rockstar doesn't make, like, some sort of post. Like, they're just acting all nonchalant and just, like, sitting there watching this happen. But they're not making any sort of announcement on, like, anything about the leaks. And they've just been, like, radio dead silent. You know, 40,000 people live in a ghost town. And it's a ghost town, bro. Like, they basically been like that fucking COD meme, bro. And it doesn't make any sense at all why they're just being silent. I know if I was a developer, dude... You know, I would be fucking talking about this shit straight up and, like, apologizing to people and trying any way best I can to stop these leaks from getting out. At least if I was in Rockstar's position. But, honestly, man, that's all I have to talk about. If there's any more leaks, you know, any more new leaks, you know, I'll keep you guys posted as best I can. And, you know, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day and night.